The families of 10,000 Utah children might feel like they have won the lottery tomorrow, the education lottery.
They will find out whether they've received the Utah Fits All scholarship. $8,000 per child to go toward homeschool or private school. Tonight we followed the money and found what it can be used for. Might surprise many of you.
The tense tempo of cello practice matches Emily Jean Neff's state of mind as she waits to hear if she's received the Utah Fits All scholarship.
I have lots of kids. They all have different needs. Southern Alaska to Mexico.
And just like this homeschool lesson on bird migration,
They can travel more than 120.
she knows she could go far with $8,000 for each of her 5 kids. A $40,000 windfall that would mean
It would mean not having to make decisions based on finances.
state lawmakers approved $80 million to give scholarships, which function like vouchers, to 10,000 students. ACE Scholarships administers the program and says more than 27,000 students applied.
I think that families and students are really hungry for educational choices.
But could that choice come at a cost not measured in dollars and cents?
If I came to you and said, here's $8,000 to use for anything you want, going to turn that down?
Richard Kendall is the former Davis District Superintendent and Utah's Commissioner of Higher Education. He has a lot of concerns. For one, he says the lack of accountability for student progress could lead to thousands of students who are unprepared for the future.
Zero accountability. Zero.
Homeschoolers can opt out of testing and choose curriculum with no set standards.
Where are the Himalayas?
She thinks her kids are better off because of it.
It can be anything that I choose it to be.
What might surprise many, we saw right here in the law. Almost any activity qualifies as educational. So kids' karate or other lessons could be at taxpayer expense.
Any business can apply to be on the vendor list. When we looked at the list, we found a ski program, art schools,
And also things like martial arts and dance studios and, everything from swimming lessons to...
That doesn't sit right with everyone.
We didn't get into public education in the latter part of the 19th century because we needed karate kids.
How do you feel about paying for somebody else's skiing?
I don't love it. I don't know that that's something that taxpayers should be asked to do.
Besides lack of standards, this mom of 7 worries about the impact of the scholarships on public education.
Oh yeah, a couple hundred students could be the difference between keeping a school's doors open or not.
Amber Bonner is a PTA leader in the Alpine District, which is looking to close schools in some areas, partly due to changing demographics. So she doesn't want to incentivize more families to leave.
Every school has to have a principal and a librarian and a custodian. Even if you have 10 students or 100, you've still got to have, there's some positions you still have to have.
This is completely separate taxpayer money.
The bill shows the money for the Utah Fits All scholarship comes from the state income tax fund, which by state constitution is earmarked for public education, higher education, and people with disabilities. Education leaders say it competes for limited dollars. In Alpine District alone, their share of the voucher money would be equivalent to more than 40 counselors, 40 behavior specialists, and 50 part-time class aides. Where they're all on the same sheet of music, so to speak, parents have the right to choose what's best for their kids. It's at what cost and who should pay for that choice where they disagree.
And I feel like our public school system does a poor job at preparing kids to be adults.
I also hope that we are supporting our public schools as strongly as we're supporting kids that need to leave our public schools.
The recipients will be announced tomorrow, and priority will be given to families living at 200% below the federal poverty line. The remaining families will go on a waiting list.
Really insightful. Well done, Dee.
Thank you.
Yeah.